Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 625, and bye, honey, I love you. And we are live in Southwest Florida. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are in my beautiful tropical backyard. If you are joining me live, please say hello. I would love to hear from you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hi, Naomi and Chris. Good morning, Grace and Lisa. Hi, Thea. Good morning. Hi, Rita. Good morning, Grace. Hi, Judy. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Lisa and Constance, Melanie, Mariana. Good morning. Hi, Margaret. Yes, happy hump day. You know I love this day. Hi, Joe and Christine, Joyce, Carrie, Grace, Judy, Mark, Sharon. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Hi, Jerry and Sharon and Sean. Good morning. Lots to talk about today. I always say that though, but I always have lots to tell you. Hi, Lorraine. I guess that's one of the perks of working so much is that there's always so much to talk about. Hi, Patricia and Nora and Jerry. Hi, Proverbs. Hi, Anna. I have a new insulated cup I no, I talked about this the other day, but I think I talked about it in the live premiere of a video, not in the podcast. It's one of those insulated cups, and it came as a free gift when I made a purchase from Adagio Teas, which is, one of my favorite guilty pleasures. Once in a while, I like to treat myself to new loose tea, and they sent me an email with a coupon code and the free gift if I spend a certain amount of money. So I got a very special box in the mail the other day of new loose teas, including a summer sampler kit for making iced teas and some sticks of matcha green tea with jasmine in it that I can just mix in a glass of water. So I've been having lots of fun with new teas. Anyway, I love my new glass for drinking water or iced tea. Yeah, it's really, really lovely. I love the website. In fact, Judy Weingarten is the person that introduced me to Adagio Teas years ago. I used to shop at Tivana when they were a local store in shopping malls, and I now shop at Adagio Tea instead. It's a little pricey, so I wait till there's a sale or something, but oh man, is it a special treat when I do. Anyway, where was I going with that? I know where I was going with that. I said that I mentioned it already, but not on the podcast. I mentioned it on a live premiere, which brings me to my next point. Today is the second installment of the mystery crochet along for the Cosmo bag. So if you're joining in the mystery crochet along, if you're not, it's okay, please, no pressure if you don't want to do it or if you're not doing it, whatever. But if you are participating in the mystery crochet along for the Cosmo bag, I already sent out, I already resent or refreshed the download link. So you got an email from me this morning if you've already ordered the pattern with so this is how the pattern's going to work. You got the new installment today, which means it's not just today's installment, it's a progression of the pattern. So it still starts like all my patterns start with the introduction and the materials needed. Then motif A, which you got on Monday. Then after that, the next page is the new section. So they're always going to be added on to the original. So if you look at the first page, it's going to look the same as the last one, but you need to scroll down to the next page and the next page to see what is added, because it's going to end up being a finished pattern at the end, which means it'll just have more pattern pages, and the new stuff will always be added on at the end. Hopefully that makes sense. I know some people have looked at the first page and thought that they didn't get the new one, but that's not true. Barbara, if you got an email from me this morning, I would look past that first page. It should go from the introduction to motif A and then on to motif B. Why don't you take a look at that? If not, then we'll need your order number to resend it again. But I think that some people have misunderstood that they thought the new stuff was going to be on the front, but it's added to the pattern so that as we keep progressing, the pattern becomes complete. Okay? If anybody has questions about that, please let me know. Then the second part is that the video tutorial for today's edition will be a live premiere at 10 a.m. this morning. So a few minutes after the podcast ends, you can join me for the live premiere. If you don't have time, that's fine. Just like with any live video or live premiere of a video, after it's done being live, it goes back to being a recorded video that's there forever, and you can go back and watch it anytime. Thanks, Grace. I appreciate you letting me know. Yes, the updated pattern that came out today, the number 2 PDF, includes part 1 and part 2 of the instructions. You have to scroll past the first page to see it. It's just like any other page, just getting added on to. Okay? And then the video will come out for the second part today. Then you'll have until Monday for the third part to come out. The fourth part will come out next Wednesday, and then the fifth and final part will come out the following Monday. And the dates, for confused about any of that, it's all listed there as well. Yes, we'll have another video premiere this morning. Let's see, so what else did I work on yesterday? I got further along on the video tutorial for the Audra poncho and beach bag. So super excited to finish all that up. Still in tech editing on all of it too. So definitely going to be a few more days, at least a few more days on that. I also worked on the charts for the 2 new mystery crochet along and mystery knit along shawl projects. As soon as I finish those videos, as soon as I finish those charts, sorry, I'm getting notifications on my phone. As soon as I finish those charts, and I'm breaking them out into the steps, right? So drawing the charts for a mystery crochet along shawl and a mystery knit along shawl is different than drawing the charts for a standalone pattern, in the respect that I have to make sure each section can be a standalone section. If you were just doing one stitch pattern and, okay, work an established pattern to the end, that's no fun for a mystery with steps. So I'm actually designing these both knit shawl and crochet shawl with the intention of making them standalone sections so that it is a mystery and a surprise with each release. So that's been fun, and it's been a totally new experience for me to do it that way as well. So that's been fun. The knit shawl charts are done. The crochet shawl charts are halfway done, and once I finish the charts, I can either start with the written instructions or start on the shawls, which brings me to my next question for all of you. So I'm going to do both shawls in Be So Fine Bling, probably going to do a different color for each of the shawls. Now, I have new colors soon to be released. Would you rather me wait to start both shawls and make them in the new colors, or make them now in the existing colors where there won't be as many options for buying my same colors, but there'll be a lot more options for buying new colors? Does that make sense? Like, I've been on the fence about it. I think that I would prefer to use existing colors now so that you have more availability of the new colors when they come out, but you'd rather me make them in the new colors. I see that. Well, yes, you'll definitely have the option to buy the new colors, Christine. The thing is, if I wait to make the shawls in the new colors, then there'll be less inventory for buying the new colors. But I know it's fun to, I have another surprise for Be So Fine Bling too, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. Probably be another week before I can tell you another surprise about that yarn. Lorraine says it doesn't matter. Thank you. Joe says save the inventory. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I think I should make them in, not that they're old colors, but I think I should make them now in the existing colors and give you more availability of the new colors. Yeah, I love yarn surprises too, Lisa. I love surprises, period, which is why I think I'm having so much fun with the mystery crochet along and the upcoming mystery knit along and mystery crochet along. Yeah, of course, Barbara. It'll always be, you absolutely can use whatever colors, absolutely. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm going to, as I'm making those shawls, I'll be making the tutorials in real time as I'm making them. So the videos won't be reduced size samples for those. It'll be real size of the shawl that I'm as I'm making it in real time, I'll be recording each of the sections the for the mystery steps. Does that make sense? Whew, lot to say, lot going on, but very exciting. And it's an evolvement for me too. I like the fact that I'm learning something new. Yeah, I've got a new surprise, in I think beginning of next week, and I'll have another announcement later in this week too. Oh yes, I am wearing handmade items this morning. I'm wearing the demi crochet sleeves on an Amazon dress. I'll stand up so you can see it. And I've got my fan so I don't have to worry about being sweaty when I stand up. Yay for that. That was embarrassing a couple times in the last few weeks. So I'm wearing one of my Amazon dresses with demi sleeves on it, made in Be So Fine yarn. And I'm also wearing fine chandelier earrings. The sleeves are in Passionate Plum in Be So Fine Tidbits, and these are the chandelier earrings in Be So Fine Tidbits in colorway Tropical Hot Coral. Be So Fine Tidbits, if you have forgotten, are the smaller versions of Be So Fine yarn. It's a third of a ball, or 215 yards, which is a great amount to make sleeves or some of the smaller projects on my website, or like earrings or the necklace scarves or necklaces in general. So any jewelry and small items, like and the neckline of that other top that I like to wear, the white t-shirt that has the Zen scarves. Yes, that's another great project. And when you're combining colors like that, it's a great way to do color work. If you want to buy the reduced size sample, the smaller balls of Be So Fine yarn, instead of being 650 yards a piece, they're 250 yards a piece, and they're only $10.99. So you can buy one of those smaller ones to make earrings or jewelry, or you can buy a bunch of them to do a color work shawl, like the Zen scarves, or like Elena crochet shawl from Motif Magic, that's also a single PDF download, or the Marissa shawl, which is a single pattern PDF download or available on Motif Magic. Both of those were very heavy color work shawls that I made for Motif Magic, but each one used 3 Be So Fine Tidbits, which is the equivalent of a full ball of Be So Fine yarn, which makes a one ball shawl. So either way, you can make a full-size shawl, but that way you can add color and not have a lot of extra yarn left over. Yes, these are so cute and easy to make. The demi sleeves are available as a PDF pattern on my website, and there's a video tutorial here on my YouTube channel. It should be embedded in the pattern page as well. And same for the earrings. They're a pattern on my website, and they are also a video here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for sharing the links, Judy. I appreciate it. I did not update any links on the video yet today, so really helpful that Judy's doing that. Thank you. These earrings are a great candidate for adding beads. I did not add beads to this particular pair, but because the chain 3 spaces are throughout the entire pattern, I love the idea of putting a small bead in the second chain of those chain 3s to make like a center bead going in each of those chain spaces. So you'd have 4 here, 4 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 12 beads would be super cute on these. Or you could even put beads at the corners here. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 beads, and you could do all 3 corners too. Yeah, I think they'd be really cute with beads. I have not made them with beads so far. I've also made them with Be So Fine bling yarn, and they look gorgeous with bling yarn too. I've done several pairs of earrings with bling. A great way to add some sparkle without having to deal with beads as well. So lots of options for earrings. I have several earring patterns available as individual PDF downloads, or you can find a bunch of jewelry patterns in my book, 80 Handmade Gifts, which is available as a paperback or a digital ebook on my website. Also on Amazon and, a few other places. I think Barnes & Noble. I don't know if the digital copies at Barnes & Noble, but the paperback is. Oh, Judy's sharing more links. I guess there were questions about my glasses and the fan too. I'm so comfortable with the fan this morning. Yay! Hi, Luna. Oh, Christine, yeah, for some reason I don't need a mirror to put earrings in. I go by feel. Oh, Barbara, I'm so glad. I love my Kelly earrings, and I get compliments on them all the time when I wear them too. Very happy to hear you have the same experience. Those Kelly earrings are one of my favorites. I I would really like to make some new earring designs, hopefully soon. I have a lot going on right now that I've got one shawl, one beach bag, two shawls. I have 3 shawls and one beach bag as my works in progresses, or whips, I think some people like to say. And I'm really itching to do a new easy knit lace top in Be So Sporty Bling. What else? So that's 5. Yeah, I have 5 things that I really have. Oh, and a pair of socks. I have 6 things that I really want to work on right now. So I think earrings will have to go a little further down the list, which is fine. I have lots of pretty colorful earrings that I wear now. Psychedelic is working on sleeves and a shawl, I think. A shawlette. In fruity colors. That sounds fun. Bright colors are so cheerful, aren't they? I have so much fun. Color is just so fun, right? Joyce is going to make these earrings. Good, wonderful. Or the Kelly. I'm not sure which one she's talking about. That's okay. Whatever earrings you make, I think you'll love them. I love the fact that they're so super feathery light, but they're big and bold, and they make such a great statement without pulling on your ears. That's, I think, my favorite part about crochet earrings. I have done some knit earrings too, for anybody that would prefer to do knit earrings. Kimberly, Be So Fine Bling in Chantilly lace would make amazing earrings. Yes, 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 for sure. I have a slight off subject show and tell to show you this morning, but it'll come around to become not so off topic. So I wanted to give you a show, and for those of you that don't know, when I was a teenager, I was a model, and I have often attributed my entrepreneurial skills when I've been interviewed over the years to the fact that I had my own business from a very young age. I started babysitting at age 11 and then started modeling at age 12, I think. And I have a couple of my old comp cards. A comp card is what we called, was short for composite, and it was kind of like a photo business card that you had as a model and you gave out at auditions and for future clients and stuff. So when I was 13, this was my comp card. I was 13 years old here. This is the front of it. There was always one large picture on the front and then a few other pictures on the back with various looks, and then all of your physical stats at the bottom here. So at 13, I was 5'8", 125 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, shoes 7.5, dress 7'8", 34, 22, 34. Yeah, 22-inch waist, and 13 years old. These photos were taken in Detroit before I moved on, before I was discovered by Elite Model Management in Chicago and then New York. And so this was at 13. And from there, I went to Chicago when I was discovered by Elite Model Management. And I even had the same agent as Cindy Crawford back then. And this is when Cindy Crawford was a big deal. So this is when I was 15. And these photos were taken in Chicago when I was an Elite Model. And you can even see the Elite logo from Elite Model Management on the back side. So that was the main picture on the front. And I was 15 in these photos, and show them a little closer. This photo here actually is the photo I was mentioning the other day that was actually done in copper. And this was a copper silk motorcycle jacket, and those were copper shavings in my hands. And the copper in my hands and the jacket contrasted with my blue eyes in the photo. And it was a really interesting color combination. And then stats at the bottom. At 15, I was 5'8.5", dress size 7, 34B 2435, shoe 7.5, hair blonde, eyes blue, specialty skin, and then the Elite Model Management logo there. Friend of mine, and I've shared these photos over the years in social media every once in a while, like a throwback Thursday or something. And a friend of mine asked me recently, wow, like, okay, so my agent was the same agent as Cindy Crawford when I was in Chicago. When I got to Elite Model Management in New York, my agent, I had the same agent as the Victoria's Secret models, and this is when supermodels first were a thing, you know, in the 90s. And a friend of mine asked me recently, wow, did you think that back then, did you think your life would turn out the way it did? And I thought for a second, and I said, absolutely not. Like, I thought I was the next supermodel. I thought that I still had the same drive and ambition that I have now. And so a lot of the aspects and the characteristics that I had there, I still have. I still shoot for the stars. I still believe that the sky's the limit. I still believe in hard work and dedication and being driven and keeping your word and being professional and all of those things. But I thought I was the next supermodel back then, and my career came to a screeching halt when I had some family issues that I'm not going to go into because I don't want to talk negatively about anybody, but I had it came to a screeching halt, and I have since been waffling between survival mode and figuring things out without much support or any mentor ever since then. So, and what's fine is that because of all the characteristics that I just described, not believing in myself, not giving up is on yourself is probably the best advice anybody can give anybody, right? And did things turn out the way I wanted at any given time in my life? No, probably not. And the thing is, I just never gave up. And even when I first started knitting and crocheting, I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was living in a foreign country with a scary husband in a scary part of the world, pregnant, not getting the right medical attention that I needed to be pregnant, and I was terrified. And there was something about focusing on the yarn, even though I had no flipping clue what I was doing. And the first couple of things that I made turned out horribly. I remember the first blanket that I made. I tried to make these circular motifs and then join them to other circular motifs, and didn't realize that you needed shaping to make hollow bowl shapes. Well, that doesn't make a blanket. The first time I made a pair of booties, once I finally did understand how to read a pattern, the first booty, a booty's supposed to be this big. The first booty I made was this big. And it looked horrible, but it was the right shape. It just wasn't the right size. And I'll never remember sitting there, tears welling in my eyes going, am I ever going to be a good mom? Am I ever going to be a good crocheter? Am I ever, first time I knit was with eyelash yarn. Can you imagine your first time knitting with eyelash yarn? Couldn't see the stitches, stabbing into these stitches, and the tighter I stabbed and the tighter I pulled, the worse it got. Tears welling in my eyes. Am I going to be a good mom? Am I ever going to be a good knitter? And, I didn't give up on myself. You don't compare yourself to others, and you certainly don't compare yourself to others at different stages. If you're new at knitting and crochet and you met me 19 years ago, scared, living in Israel with a scary husband in a scary time in my life, and doing a terrible job knitting and crocheting baby blankets and booties and layettes, you wouldn't be that impressed with me, and you wouldn't be comparing yourself to my level of skills. And so I think that it's important to remember that no matter where you are in your journey of whatever you're learning, you need to have fun, not take it so seriously. I mean, I incorporated, am I going to be a good mom because I can't make booties for my baby before he's born because I don't know how to crochet yet? I mean, seriously, that's how emotionally attached I was to making baby stuff for him, which obviously had nothing to do with how I was going to be as a mom. But at the time, I was emotional and scared, and, maybe transferring my fears of other things onto my expectations for being new at crafting. And so, wherever you are in whatever you're learning, it's important to remember that you need to have fun in order to grow. You need to have fun in order to relax. And if you're not having fun, it's time to time to change it up. And so one of the things that I did with those first three items is it occurred to me to try a different yarn than eyelash for knitting. It occurred to me to take a cold shower when I got super angry and sweaty, and I did end up becoming way more successful at knitting. And in crochet, when I had that huge booty, and after I dried my tears, I looked at it and I said, it does look like the right shape, and it looked right. It's just too big. Maybe I just need to crochet it tighter. And I gotta tell you, the rest is history. I didn't give up on myself. I redirected my attention to a cold shower or a walk on the beach or something to take that pressure off of myself, because we all put too much pressure on ourselves on any given time, right? And we all transfer negative energy onto something that's easier to transfer it onto. Some people take it out on their families when they're stressed out and angry, right? Some of us take out our frustrations of our family or what's going on in the world on our knitting and crochet. And so whatever you're transferring your energy to, you can often put negative energy in the wrong place. And it's important to remember, and whether you do or not, we're all human, we all make mistakes. When you're feeling negative energy, it's a reminder to take a break and to find some joy. Remember, we've talked about this before. When you're feeling stressed out about anything, whether you can control the situation or not, just think about something positive, right? Think about a purring kitten. Think about a puppy. Go for a walk. Go do anything that brings you any amount of joy to just distract yourself from the negativity. That's it. That's it. Because all that matters is right now in the moment. And if you can adjust the positive negative balance for just a moment, you've already built momentum on positivity, right? And like I said, this applies to life not turning out the way you want. It applies to transferring your emotions from being a good knitter or crocheter to being a good mother. It applies to comparing your skill set with someone else who's at a different stage in whatever you're learning how to do. And it applies to beating yourself up over things that are out of your control. It doesn't matter. If you're feeling overwhelmed with negativity, it's time to take a break from whatever you're doing. Whether you're frustrated with your knitting or crocheting, learning something new, frustrated with somebody, it doesn't matter. Whatever is making you feel negativity, you just need to distract your brain cells to something positive. Here you go. Kim transfers to her kitty. My kitties are my number one source of transferring negative energy into something positive. They're so sweet and they let me do anything that even if they're cuddling or sleeping, I can go bury my face in their chest and feel their soft fur or pet their chins, and they immediately purr and look appreciative, and my mood immediately changes. If I need to go outside and go for a walk or go on a bike ride, take a cold shower to just cool off that racing heart or that anxiety. Sometimes that's what it takes, or whatever works for you. But I felt the need to share that this morning, because when my friend asked me that last week, it made me stop and think for a long time, and I realized that it was way more universal than just me. So I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you got something out of it. The thing is, life's supposed to be fun, and when it's not fun, it's time to take a break. That's all. And crafting is certainly supposed to be fun, right? A lot of times crafting is the way that we cope with other things going on. And once I got into my groove with knitting and crocheting when I was pregnant, it was my coping mechanism for all those other things that were out of my control when I was pregnant. So anytime your knitting and crochet is not bringing you being a coping mechanism, it's time to take a break and do something else for a little bit, because yarn is supposed to be fun at the end of the day, right? Thank you all. I'm so glad you appreciated that. You know, it's a little scary sharing personal things, obviously, but yes, Trina, I do try to be open and honest, and it's still scary, right? Because being open and honest in the public makes you extremely vulnerable about your personal side, but I feel it is so important to do that when I can, because I know it can help other people who are just as afraid or more of opening up and being vulnerable. So thank you to all of you for continuing to make me feel more brave than I did before, the day before. So thanks to you all too. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed my backyard, my show and tell, chatting with me and everyone else here. We talked about a lot of fun things in the beginning of the podcast. If you missed the beginning, please come back and watch it for all of the Yarny updates. And let's see, what time, 9:30? If you have time, in 30 minutes, we'll be doing the live premiere of the new part 2 video for the mystery crochet along for the Cosmo bag. Yes, if you have not already subscribed to my channel and you would like to, just click that bell or click that red button below. If you click the bell notification button next to it, you can be notified every time I go live. And if you want to click the thumbs up if you like the video. I know YouTube loves to hear your feedback, and if you have friends that might be interested in my channel or my videos, please consider sharing with them as well. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you in 30 minutes, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.